Welcome to
Back to Flour. Hey, good morning, Lena.
Good morning, Arno.
How are you today?
I'm fine and ready to speak about buns.
Yes, I see that. Hamburger buns. Wonderful. So here we have some example of different brands we have been finding, and they look from far away, they look the same, but the first thing we are going to notice is differences in color.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, this one is whiter, this one is much more brown, this is a little bit in between, let's say, but that's going to be very important because this is what we see, the color.
That's what we see, and of course what we see and is very important is the shape. We can see the surface here is
it's kind of it's flattened a little bit.
It's flattened and it's a lot of traces. This one is very smooth.
So the height of the product will play a role, and I guess
and the size, because then it has to fit into the package. So if it's too small, then you have the feeling you don't have enough. If it's too big, it just don't fit the package.
And maybe if it's too high, this is what can cause this kind of they are flattened together.
It might be. It might be. So that's really and all of that depends on how the dough is rising during the proofing, and also how the bread is rising during the baking.
Baking during oven spring.
Yeah, that's giving the volume of the final bun. So that's something very, very important. When we open it, we are going to, yes, wonderful.
Very nice. So yeah, here we can see the crumb characteristic, the softness of the crumb. Also, its chewiness. We want a nice mouth feeling. So chewiness will be very important. Springiness also. We can see here two very different examples. This is nice.
Very dense crumb.
A little bit more open, this one.
Yeah, and let's see this one. Ooh.
Oof.
This one
is the first quality brand, right?
This one, I can't even open it. So that's, in terms of quality, this one.
That's not great.
It's not the best one. And this one we can see it's a little bit dry and it's crumbling. Like say, it's just falling apart like that.
This one is much more. This one is much more. High quality.
So here we are really seeing a problem of the slicing. The slicing is just not correct here. This one is way better, definitely.
And this one is good as well.
And when we feel it like that, we can feel a little bit of moisture.
Oh, right. And moisture is extremely important, right, for hamburger buns.
Yeah, because that's keep the bun fresh, because we are going to keep them maybe in the fridge for several days before receiving friends and making some nice burgers. So that's very important. So we don't want the product to stale too rapidly. No,
we definitely want to keep them as long as possible. So staling is important. And there is a final attribute which is very important, is that we are going to put like a ketchup or salsa or mustard or whatever you like on the burger, and we don't want the product to get soggy.
Because then after it's just become like a kind of mash. It's not really nice.
No.
So once again, we are in front of a product that looks very simple, but in fact, which final quality depends a lot on the process, but also on the flour property.
Yes.
So what is the most important if I want to make a good bun?
So definitely protein, quantity and quality here will be essential to ensure good proofing characteristics, to ensure good oven spring. So in the end, to ensure everything that comes down to the volume, the height, the diameter, the regularity also. Yeah. But we don't want to forget about starch.
Well, when you speak about that, when you speak about volume and color and shape, I think that the combination between damaged starch and enzymatic activity are really relevant, because it's not only about the property of the gluten to retain the gas. I mean, we need to produce this gas, we need to produce sugars, so that's also something very, very important.
And about the texture of the crumb here, it's chewiness, it's springiness,
it's crumbliness.
It's crumbliness. I think this can be related to starch gelatinization in the oven.
Exactly, because that's when we go from the protein to the starch phase, and that's a very important moment, which is really impacting all of that. So that's really, really critical. Lipids also are very important, because sometimes in a formula we are also adding some fat or some type of things like that. So lipid is also helping the gluten to better develop, to be smoother. So that's also helping to the structure of this very very fine crumb. You know, like this one is much open.
Yeah, much more open.
What about ash?
Well, ash is also very important here for this kind of product because, well, it's gonna play a role on the color of the product. And when it comes to the crumb, we want something quite white. Yeah. And as we mentioned, we want also a good development during proofing, during baking. And ash has a tendency to, well, prevent the gluten formation or to block it a little bit. Not sure this is the right word, but...
And then after it will also impact the color.
Yeah, and the color.
This one is a little bit darker. It looks to be darker, but it can look darker because maybe the alveoles are a little bit more open. The finer the alveoles and the whiter it looks. We also should mention definitely the sugar because we are adding sugar to that, which is impacting the softness of the product, the moisture of the product. And of course the color of the final product.
Yeah. And when we speak about moisture, we want to keep that as fresh as possible for a longer time. And here starch retrogradation is also very important, right?
Yeah, because we want to keep this product for several days.
Yeah.
So if the starch gelatinization is too strong, then the shelf life will be reduced, correct?
Yeah. This is my understanding.
Yeah, that's what we
know. Expect.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you, Arno. Hey, Arno, stop. Yeah, before you eat that, you should know that on our website we have a lot of additional information if you're interested. Yes. Wow.